Earlier today, Fallout 4 got a new update. This was about 1.4 gigabytes for me on Steam, but notably larger at 7.4 gigabytes on Xbox. This is the big one. Fallout 4 itself got an update with some changes, fixing many of the bugs from last year's next-gen update, but this also comes with the release of paid mods via this new creations menu. There are now several new things you could buy for Fallout 4, and honestly, some of these are kind of cool. I'll share details on a few of them, but Bethesda also released one free creation that everyone is able to gain access to. And separate from all of that, we also finally got the release and pricing details of Fallout 4's Anniversary Edition. There's been a ton of confusion about what this is or isn't and what it includes, so I highly recommend at least watching that segment of the video before you make a purchase. But looking at the update itself for Fallout 4, it's honestly pretty simple, but with some very critical changes. There was no new patch notes released for this one, so if you saw the patch notes that were released last week, yeah, those are the notes. The biggest change will be the removal of the face gen stutter bug. After the next-gen update, if you downloaded any mod that edited NPC face-gen data, your game would start stuttering. On PC, modders fixed this, but on consoles, you just couldn't use certain mods until today, as at least in my testing, this bug is now completely gone. I had no stutters whatsoever in my playtime. Beyond that, the VATS bugs were fixed. You could target enemies through walls, despite not being able to actually shoot through those walls, and your accuracy would randomly hit 0, basically breaking VATS. These two are completely gone. Testing this on the exact same save, I couldn't target any enemies through walls, and my hit accuracy worked as expected the entire time. Ultra-wide now actually works for Fallout 4. Last year's update brought support, but didn't actually update many aspects of the HUD. So while playing in ultra-wide, things were just stretched. Some stuff still is stretched, but nearly everything was fixed now. Fallout 4 actually has ultra-wide support as of today's update. Although bizarrely, at least on PC, it still doesn't have support for borderless 4K, and you must instead manually set the resolution in the INI files to achieve that. And of course, physics are still tied to your FPS. With this update also comes the creations menu and some pretty important changes to modding, particularly on consoles. Right around release, the menu was pretty broken. Half the time you weren't able to get in at all, just saying operation could not be completed. And if you tried to enter after that, it would actually soft lock your game. I got this both on Xbox and PC, but as the day has gone on, it seems like things are improving. I can now more consistently get into the menu, and then you just have to wait a while. And if you do successfully get in, things are different now. You'll find paid and free mods side by side and a completely new layout. As of right now, the mod space on consoles is still restricted to 2 gigabytes, but Bethesda has teased raising this in the future, and I think I know how. One of the other changes that came to Fallout 4 thanks to this creation menu is load order saving. Basically, your load orders will be associated with certain saves. You can see here, as I try and load the save with one mod missing, it prompts me to reactivate it, and it can do that automatically for me. Or separately, when loading an old save, the game can now automatically switch to the load order I was using when playing on that save. In the past, Bethesda said in order to raise the Fallout 4 mod limit, your load order would need to be wiped. But if they suddenly add in the functionality to save and re-download that load order, suddenly your load order being wiped might not be nearly as large of an issue. But at least on release, we don't have this change, and while load order saving is a really handy feature, the menu overall is still decently buggy, and of course, there's still only 2 gigabytes of mod space. But with this release, a ton of paid mods were also dropped for Fallout 4, some of which are actually pretty interesting. To go along with this, Bethesda contracted the Beast Hunter to be made. So basically, they hired one of the mod teams to make this one and then are releasing it as a free download. Doesn't seem like this is a limited time thing, so it'll always be free, no need to rush to download it, but you do need to go onto this creation store and actually download it to get this new content, even though, yeah, it's totally free. Unfortunately, it seems like at least as of right now, it's not on PlayStation. I don't know if it's coming at any point. And this one's definitely worth downloading. It gives you a unique set of new armor that you can customize. It also adds in a new shotgun with unique variants available for it, and even a new player home that is laid out like a bunker or man cave of sorts. No major spoilers, but the quest for this one's pretty fun as well. You're tracking down a former NCR Ranger who, after crossing the US, has now holed himself up in a bunker in the Commonwealth. There's going to be this totally new dungeon to actually get to the Beast Hunter himself, with some new threats along the way, but also quite cool is the series of holotapes chronicling their travels across the country. You'll find them as you make your way through this dungeon, and it includes many references to favorite locations from past games, which are also sometimes found in this dungeon. In the end, you're left with a new armor that looks absolutely awesome. It's a worn down NCR Ranger armor, but now with a Lucky 38 jacket and a bunch of Deathclaw accessories on it. The armor is this really cool amalgamation of a bunch of the Beast Hunter's findings during his travels, and you can even upgrade it further with a few Deathclaw specific items if you want to. This also comes with a new custom revolver shotgun. It's a new weapon added to the game in general, but via this quest, you'll also get a unique variant with the Judge. This has some cool Deathclaw styling, but also unique effects. Landing headshots grants a multiplier that extends and increases as you get more headshots. So you can basically get insane damage as long as you can successfully click on enemies' heads relatively quickly one after another. And it sounds epic with its 50 cal receiver. Even beyond that, there are 4 different types of playing cards that you could find for this that enable unique effects for the weapon, making it stand out a bit more in the Commonwealth. And honestly, what might be my favorite, you also unlock the Beast Hunter's Lair as your own player home. Just like all the other content, this includes a ton of references to past game locations and just overall has this really cool bar man cave aesthetic. It's a pretty fun player home, and since this is released as a free add-on with this update, I have to imagine quite a few other mods will come out editing this even further. Separate from that, there are a variety of other paid options in the store as well, too many to cover in this video, but there are definitely a few worth highlighting as some of these options are higher quality, and despite being paid, might be worth a purchase from some of you. Become a Bounty Hunter is 600 credits or about $6, and is more or less a bounty hunting DLC for Fallout 4, themed around the Fallout TV show. As a part of this, you unlock a new Bounty Hunter outfit as well as the Gyrojet revolver. The revolver basically just being the Ghoul's revolver from the Fallout TV show, and the outfit being pretty close to his as well. All of this is unlocked via a new location and quest. You become a bounty hunter, taking bounties and having to bring fingers back for rewards. As you're actually doing the quest, you're doing more handmade and specific bounties in certain locations with some dialogue around them. And this will be how you unlock many of the new items, but this is really built out as a new repeatable feature for Fallout 4. Once you finish this quest, you'll unlock the bounty board and you'll just have radiant bounties you can continuously do. And well, yeah, it's radiant content, it's still pretty fun to do bounties and the rewards are pretty lucrative. And I think this paid mod in particular is a really good example of the team trying to elevate the mod since it's a paid option. It just feels a lot higher quality than your typical mod like this. The new NPC is professionally voice acted and has some really cool scenes with the player.
Oh, not so fast. No. Slowly step into the light so I can get a good look at you. I'm guessing you're responding to one of our flyers calling for new bounty hunters.
Many of the interactions from this mod have fully custom animations built for them. So for example, when you first pick up a bounty poster, you actually look at it for a second. It's small, but it's a really nice touch that just elevates this over picking up a typical note. When you finally get your bounty hunting armor, as well as your new gun, you do get a special animation for this, which makes them feel really unique. But honestly, both of these items are pretty cool. The pistol has custom animations and does count as a true explosive pistol. This is super satisfying with Fallout 4's weapon system. It has a ton of customization options, but also benefits from both explosive and pistol perks. It's really satisfying to use in combat as you are having minor explosions blow away enemies around you. The sounds also very closely match the ghouls in the TV show, and some of these are genuinely unique weapons. One of the unique revolvers has this stacking headshot effect. So each headshot saves damage, and all of that damage is dealt as bonus damage on the final shot in your magazine, which will also trigger a slow time effect as you arrive at it. It's a super unique and fun way to play, actually having a real change up on gameplay and making you feel a bit like a bounty hunter. And you could even get hunted yourself. If you end up harming too many civilians, you may have other bounty hunters coming after you. There's some more detailed mods like this here, adding in not just a skin or two, but actually a full-fledged new feature or even features. Someone added Fallout 76's entire ghoul transformation system into Fallout 4, with perks and mechanics around that, being able to actually play the game as a ghoul. The Watts 1000 is just a weapon mod, but it has a full suite of custom animations and even a display that updates as your ammo depletes. Even just the $4 this costs is worth it as a donation to these mod authors. Bethesda takes a cut, but most of the money goes to the authors with this system. There are a bunch of options on the store right now, and not to be somebody to shill for paid mods, but at the very least, some of your favorite mod authors probably have at least one release here, and while there definitely is some junk offered immediately, it might be worth taking a peek even just from a donation perspective to support somebody who has made free mods you've been using for years. And if you are interested in reviews and some of this content, get subscribed. That's what I'll be working on next. And separately, there is Fallout 4's Anniversary Edition, which is just incredibly confusing. Bethesda never officially announced a price for this one, and we just found out as it went live, which led to even more confusion as no, it's not actually $40, even though it looks like it. The Anniversary Edition is Fallout 4, all of its DLC, all of its past Creation Club content, but then also some never released Creation Club content that's just totally new. It came out today. Unfortunately, that never before released Creation Club content that's included with the Anniversary Edition is separate from these paid mods. That Bounty Hunter mod I just showed you, that's not included with that. Basically, Bethesda's considering some of this a new paid creation, like the Bounty Hunter, but separately some of it is old paid Creation Club content that just never released. So when looking at this Anniversary Edition upgrade, this is the old Creation Club content, the new Creation Club content that just released, but also the Season Pass, including all of Fallout 4's official DLC. That's why it's $40. It's meant to upgrade from the base game of Fallout 4 with no DLC. Separately, there is just the Creations bundle for $20. This one doesn't include the Season Pass, and it's all of the old Creation Club content, plus these 9 new releases, not including the paid creations, which again are separate. You can see a list of which of the new things are included on this page, which of course I'll have linked below. But also very important to note, the 9 newly released Creation Club items can just be individually purchased on this new store. Like here, I just bought the Cyberdog without having to buy all of the other stuff. If you just want to buy these one by one, you do have that option. You don't have to buy the upgrade bundle. Although maybe don't do that yet. Despite being able to purchase the new Creation Club items individually, I've yet to be able to enable any of them. And if you are curious, get subscribed. The very next video I'm working on after this one is a review of each of the new Anniversary Edition items. Not the old stuff, just these 9 new ones. But that is Fallout 4's Anniversary Edition update, fixing some major issues with the game, but after a year-plus wait and hours of frustration by the community. And really at the core of all of this was the addition of paid mods. I have to imagine Fallout 4 is going to be getting even further paid mods in the future. I mean, even some of the ones we were teased, like that Nate and Nora mod, doesn't seem to have gone live yet. And while paid mods do offer a great opportunity for mod authors to get paid and the potential for higher quality content like what we see with that Bounty Hunter quest, they of course are incredibly unpopular with the community, and considering this update did also break some of the free mods, especially on PC with Script Extender, overall I just have to imagine this one's going to go over pretty badly. It does seem like this will trigger a new round of updates for Fallout 4. I have to imagine more is coming, so that will likely lead to another round of mods breaking, at least to some degree. But overall, this could have an interesting impact on Fallout 4 modding in general. There's going to be more money in the modding scene and more attention on the game because people are making that money. Once the Fallout TV show Season 2 actually drops, there's probably going to be a huge influx of players and a huge influx of mods being bought. We could honestly see some more high quality modding content come as a result of all of this. There is significant investment being made for some of this content, but also of course there's likely going to be a lot of cash grabs that come as well. With that said though, get subscribed because I'll be keeping you up to date with all of these updates as they do drop.